Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to today's Business Spotlight. I'm your host, Todd Rodden. I'm a certified executive and business coach. I own Aspire Action Coach based here in Southwest Ohio. I think you're going to love this episode. A very intriguing, unique service provider, really providing unique experiences for many folks here in the region. So excited to have Brad Bonds here. He's the co-founder of Revival Vintage Bottle Shop. He's going to tell you more of just what that means and some of those unique experiences. So, before we dive in with Brad, though, if you're new to the series, we're thrilled to have you and encourage you to hit the subscribe button so you can receive future messages like you're going to hear today. So, without further ado, Brad Bonds, Revival Vintage Bottle Shop, welcome to the Spotlight series. Take a second, introduce yourself, tell us a little bit more about Revival and how'd you get started in the business?
You got it, man. So first of all, Todd, thanks so much for having me on. I can't thank you enough. And we're doing a special thing here. Basically 5 years ago, I left my day job, which was selling BMWs. And before that, I was 100% commission at Revival. I'm just saying the place I'm at Verizon. And so I did Verizon business sales for about 10 years, 100% commission. Sold BMWs for a couple years, 100% commission. And then the law for what I'm doing, Vintage Spirits, changed in 2018. And I started working at Cork and Bottle, which is here in Buttermilk, Kentucky. And I left there in late 2019, and my business partner and I opened in 2020 during COVID of August, and really haven't looked back. And we basically are the American pickers of liquor, and we buy and sell booze off the public, and we try to make the most unaccessible things accessible to the average person. And we've grown from 600 square feet to 8,000, and then added another location that's 4,000. So in the past year, we went from 600 to 12,000 square feet. We went from one employee to over 10. I went from one bathroom to seven. And so
That's a different way to measure
uh, we
it.
we've really leveled it up, and it wouldn't have been possible. We have a great yin and yang. Shannon Smith's my business partner. She's a city commissioner here in Covington and an attorney. And then I'm a passionate sales guy that's been into bourbon. And so, really, for a woman to spearhead a man's industry with me, we've been a great partnership in yin and yang. And I wouldn't be sitting here today unless I had a huge backer or someone like her, helping push this along. And so it's been an incredible ride so far.
So, hey, thanks. Very exciting. I'm curious, maybe share with us like who your ideal customers are and like how they might experience what you do.
Yeah, I'd say in the past, the ideal customer of something like this would be, the 1% of the world. You go to a Michelin star restaurant, you drink a cognac from the 1940s or 50s or 60s, or a Scotch or an old bourbon, and we're actually kind of pioneers of changing that. And so the average person can come to our shop, and you don't even have to pay money. You can come see it. We'll give you a free water. And so, behind me, we have a bunch of old inventory, and we have a tasting bar upstairs, and then downstairs I have a full bar. We do vintage cocktails to new cocktails, beer, wine. We're mainly bourbon heavy, but we have rum, gin, scotch, tequila, vodka, old liqueurs. We do new and old history tastings. So for less than $10, it actually starts at $5. You can try an old spirit versus a new spirit, and then upstairs on my second bar, my most expensive pour in the whole building right now is it's a Blanton's from 1987, and it's tough to see because it's reversed, but it's $25, and so it's not a huge pour. It's just a quarter ounce, but it's enough to know. And we actually did on Monday. It was snowy and nasty, so I did for $10. You could try that, and so then I raised the price, and kind of our revenue is the cross between the deal I did and then what it ends up on the bar, and so we need to make money for the business, obviously, but we try to make it to where the average person can come in here, and for hardly anything of what a competitor would charge, your money can go so far with us, and you can basically drink like you're a trust fund baby here.
All right. So, and for many of our viewers, especially the bourbon connoisseurs, when they saw the bottle of Blanton's, you definitely got their attention there today. So, So you talked about, hey, you started roughly 5 years ago. You got a kind of unique service and offering. What have been keys to growing the business? You shared, hey, up to 10 employees, 7 bathrooms. What have been keys to building that growth?
Just staying positive, I think, and you gravitate to people with positivity, and so what you put out comes back. And so for me, it's being here just about 7 days a week and setting a good example for the employees, and getting in the trenches, cleaning bathrooms, doing anything to show them that I'll do anything, and I expect them to kind of do the same. And so I think it's been contagious and well received in the community. And just trying to make the unaccessible accessible. It has gravitated to our customers too. And so people want to be a part of it, whether you're a customer or an employee. And there's no secret to life. The secret is treating others like you want to be treated. And if you can do that, you're ahead of the game.
So I'm curious, so how have you been able to get is it just word of mouth, or has there been, some type of marketing strategies, social media, you name it, that have helped to really scale the business?
Really a combination of all of it. Here locally, there's a thing called the Beeline, and so our government's trying to make this the start of the Bourbon Trail, and so they've helped us incredibly. We've been in the London Times, New York Times, National Geographic, Forbes, Wall Street Journal. You name any major publication, they've basically flown in a writer. They put them at the Hotel Covington. We're connected to them, and then they bring them over with a government credit card and buy them a couple pours, and they tip my employees, and then in 6 months a story comes out. And so we've been incredibly blessed to get some national attention. To be quite frank with you, I'd say we're more internationally known than locally. And if Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky knew how special this place was, people would be sleeping outside to come in. And we're making the most high end spirits accessible to where if you're in New York, Chicago, LA watching this, I mean, hop on a plane, come out here to Northern Kentucky, Cincinnati, stay at the Hotel Covington. You can basically, and I'm just like looking around, experience some of the most rare spirits in the world at a fraction of what you'd pay in your city. It basically makes your whole trip here free. So you can go to Jeff Ruby's. You can watch the Bengals lose. You can stay at the nicest hotel. You can get hammered on vintage spirits and probably buy a used car and then drive home and you saved money.
You didn't have to put in the Bengals lose, but reality does hurt. So, so I'm hey, great story just in 5 years. Well, what's your dream for it longer term? You look, I don't know, 5, 10 years down the road. Where do you see the business getting to?
We're lobbying right now to change the law. So the law does benefit us to do this, but it also really cripples us at the same time. And so we've testified in front of a congressional committee, my business partner and I, and we're looking to not only change the law for us, but for everybody else. And basically, the hard part of what we do is I can only buy so many bottles per person, and then I can't really ship. And so the future of our business. I was quoted in the Wall Street Journal saying 3 years ago that we have more upside than all the Fortune 500 companies put together, which is a bold statement. But if we can, from literally coming from nothing to what we could be, it is true. And if we can change the law, our potential is endless. There is no cap to this. We could fill Amazon warehouses with spirits if we could legally do it. And so I think the future depends on if we can change that law or not. And, even if we don't change it, I think we can be successful, just not wildly successful. And, the last thing I want to do is be like the Pablo Escobar of booze. I mean, it is a controlled substance, and there is a thing called the ATF. And, if you, break the law, you'll find out. And so we want to be on the other side of that and just do the best we can with the game that's been created. And so, it's kind of all over the place with the answer to this. But if we can change the spirit law, and become a publicly traded company somehow, bet on us. So if not, it is what it is. We'll make the best of it. So.
So I know you've got kind of obviously this legal barrier challenge, but do you see yourself having future additional locations, or do you always think, hey, Northern Kentucky is going to be your hub?
No, we opened in Elizabethtown and stretched just a little bit. That's down by Bardstown, and then would love to have like a little satellite location in Lexington and Louisville, and then possibly go to some other states. You know, that there's not many that are compliant with the vintage spirit law, but DC is one of them. I think in Texas, we could have some kind of thing down there, and I know I have competitors basically in Seattle, out west. They figured out the law of getting around what the law is to make it happen. So no, to answer your question, man, I'd love to blow us up. We've just, leveled up really strong in the past year. So I would say it'd be another year or two out before opening something else, but would absolutely love to be in some other states and other cities and do what we're doing.
So I'm curious, hey, in that 5 years, 5 years can go pretty quickly. Curious, what's been a past challenge that you and the team confronted, and how did you overcome it? And what did you learn from that?
Well, the law, like we're doing our best to navigate that and just I think at the end of the day, we're all handed a deck of cards and you can kick and scream about the cards you've been handed, or you can make the best of your hand. And so I think we've done a great job of trying to work the best I can with my business partner to just figure out the best way to navigate this business within the law. And so that's probably been the biggest challenge, and we overcome it every day. And I could kick and scream and be like, well, today we couldn't do it, but that's not the case. Like every day, I just try to make the best of it.
So, kind of building upon that, what's the challenge you see ahead of you that you're going to have to figure out down the road?
Just keep, gathering these bottles, and then legally, we're like a used car dealership. So, I can sit here and be like, we can make $10 million a year. Well, I mean, we can, but we have to find the bottles. And so the biggest challenge is just keeping our pipeline, coming in with them, and legally coming in. The last thing you want to do is be under investigation for not gathering your product properly. And so I'd say that's our biggest challenge. And then it's also getting it into the hands of the person that wants to buy it. And so right now it's hand to hand combat. We don't ship, and so I have to every sale I'm earning here. But if we can really get our website going and we can ship, I mean, it's endless the amount more money, more problems. We could have bottles leaking and things like that. We need almost a distribution center working with us and safely getting products out. But if we can figure that out, I mean, the sky is the limit to what we can do here.
I know we were talking offline before the recording, key components around team, right? And you mentioned, hey, you've scaled up to about 10 employees already. So, I mean, many business owners, that's a big challenge still today. So what have been your keys to finding and attracting the right employees to come in and to hit the ground running for you?
I've made a lot of relationships over, I'm not that old, but I'm 43, and just locally made a lot of relationships and tried not to burn any bridges with folks. And so that's come back to not bite me in the butt, I guess. It's come back to be positive. And so recently we've brought some people on that I've just known in the past, and they've maybe worked for a competitor or whatever, and we've been able to get them. And heck, my wife was at a tailgate party, and there was a gentleman running the bar of a private in-house party, and just her talking to him has led to a new bar manager. And so you have to wear your job on your sleeve, and whether that's you or your wife or your friend or whatever, just have people talking about you out in the public, and it comes back. It really does. So.
Okay. Yeah. So, leveraging those relationships, those network, kind of always be recruiting, right? In some
Dude,
regards.
yeah, you have to be on it. You got to, if you're a Kroger in the line, I mean, talking vintage bottles, you never know where that conversation could lead or who they would know, and what door can be open that was closed before.
Yeah. So I'm curious, hey, it's one thing to get them on board. It's another thing to kind of keep them in the boat rowing together and to retain them and to help them grow. So I'm curious, what processes are you putting in place, or how do you approach that side of it?
Yeah, I mean, we're always looking to reward folks that stay with us, and just people, the half the battle is just getting folks to show up and show up on time. And if they can show they can do that, but also push us forward, I mean, those are the people we want to reward. And, we want to give them a raise and keep them around. And, you know, good employees are just really hard to find. And, people that take the business half as seriously as me, so it's been a blessing to find recently some folks that I think are going to do that, and we look forward to having them grow with us and build the business around them as well, and reward them.
So, so you're 5 years in, but you had a lot of other prior business experience. Many of our viewers are kind of new or recently new to being an entrepreneur, a few years in. Curious, what have been your keys to success you'd want to share with them? Or another way to think about it is, what do you wish you knew then that you know now?
My dad said it best. Like I've with partnering with Shannon, like I never really applied myself in school, and just doing this, man, has given me like just a whole lesson on life and business, and going through the motions, and just I'm trying to always stay as, I don't know if uncomfortable is the word, but I'm constantly uncomfortable, and just continue to keep growing and learn and just keep doing better every day. And like every day before I go to sleep, I look back on the day like, how could I have used my time better? How could I have been more positive in this interaction? And just constantly trying to better myself and better everyone around me. That's the key.
Stay. All right. Part of that kind of always looking, learning, kind of reflecting. It's also having, are there others who have influenced you, whether that's another leader or books or podcasts or that. So curious, anybody like that who's been of particular interest in learning for you?
Yeah, for sure. I know Shannon, my business partner, I look up to her, and she definitely has. And then my best friend, Brian Burke, the Mac Man, he's taken a business in 2006 out of his house to a warehouse, and then took it to another warehouse, and then sold. He got absorbed by $1 billion company, and he moved from Ohio to Florida. And he's a little bit younger than me, and so just watching those successes has been so instrumental, and to have people that I can call, that care, that have done exceptional things and motivational things, like, that's worth its weight in gold. And hopefully, the folks listening out there, just associate yourself with the people that have done more than you, and listen to them, and, try to make the best out of your time with them.
All right. Appreciate that, Brad. So we get close to wrapping up here today. What are the best ways for folks to learn more about Revival Vintage Bottle Shop, to stay connected, follow, and also to reach out to you?
Yeah, so we have a website, revivalky.com. I probably have the best LinkedIn content out there. I think everybody gets jaded with what people post, and so I post videos of opening, 1960s bottles and Prohibition bottles, and I try to keep it fun and lighthearted. And we're on Instagram, Facebook, our YouTube actually. We had 2,000 followers this time last year. I'm coming up on 20,000. And so we're getting really good feedback off there. I'm trying to post a different video just about every day. And we're also trying to even think, I Twitter or X now. Just about any kind of platform you can think, we're on there, and give us a follow. And if you Google me and you reach out to our business, I carry our shop iPhone. So if you personally want to get in touch with me, feel free. I'm accessible, maybe too accessible, but reach out through our shop number. You can find that on Google, and you can text us, email us, call us. I'm literally the person behind the curtain that's getting back, and would love any feedback anybody could give. Would love for folks to come visit us and see what we're doing. And if you have a bottle to sell, or you have a bottle you're looking to buy, give us a shout.
Yeah, so I think that's what folks encourage folks to go check those out, especially if you have some interest in spirits. You're going to be very intrigued, and also it's two-way street. Not only if you want a buyer, but also if you've got something that maybe to sell as well.
You got it.
All
Yep,
right.
we'll do them both. So.
So Brad Bonds, as we wrap up here today, what are you inspired by?
You know, I'm inspired by just pushing us forward every single day, man, and just getting out of my comfort zone, and finding the next deal, and then not only finding that, but then finding the person to sell it to, it just keeps my wheels turning, and it's kind of like treasure hunting here. And so, inspired by that, and then the folks around me, like our employees, inspire me, and then my business partner inspires me, and so does my best friend Brian, and just trying to stay positive. And I think the potential for everybody is so incredible, and just keep staying positive. That's all I can say.
All right. Keep positive. Your positive energy, I think, is born through this entire discussion here. Folks clearly could sense that. Brad Bonds of Revival Vintage Bottle Shop, thank you for joining us today and sharing your story, your journey on the Business Spotlight.
Thank you so much, Todd. Really
Uh,
appreciate your time.
Yep. To our viewers, we're thrilled to have you join us as well. Again, encourage you to go check them out, the website, all the social media channels that Brad mentioned. They're in the show notes. Again, we appreciate you joining us. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and also hit like. That helps us get the message and spread it out even more throughout our community. So with that, appreciate y'all being here. Thanks again, Brad, and hope you all have a terrific day.